Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing Europa Universalis. And we are at the end of the first age of 4. I'm not gone through the end of round or end of age procedure. I just basically did the action phase. And what happened, probably the most important thing that happened during the last round was the discovery of the New World. And you can see actually Spain did really well. They already have claims on 4 areas, basically in the Caribbean. They discovered one distant realm, the Aztecs. So it seems like they're a little bit ahead compared to the other, well, exploration nations or explorative nations, whatever you want to call them. We'll see how that impacts the game, if they can catch up or if this is a permanent status now. The French managed to defeat the English, and they finally reached their goal of kicking them out of the continent back on their island. And the Poles vassalized Lithuania, so they now control really a massive realm here. The Austrians also, they made a small progress here. They captured Genoa, and over here the Turks captured Wallachia. We have a new dynamic non-player realm. The Persians showed up here. The Turks avoided a conflict here. It was on the table, but they decided not to and instead go for the Balkans. And yeah, these were pretty much the big events of the turn. I think that if we watch the overall results now after the first age, I guess definitely the Spaniards are in a really good position. They did, I think, definitely all of their starting missions, but they are also on a good way to expand further here into Italy. And we see the Italian wars coming in the upcoming age. And of course here with the exploration of America. Yeah, they control all this Western Mediterranean. They have a small fleet, so they're in a really good shape. And what's important also is they have absolutely no unrest. So yeah, they're in a very good shape, I think. Similarly, the Austrians, they have a huge empire, lots of cities, massive income. They have a little bit of unrest, but it's also not too bad. I mean, we're talking about these new Genova, the new province, and then one here and one here, and that's it. So it's also a pretty stable empire, it seems. They managed to convert this area here, Transylvania, so there's not a lot of religious dissent except down here in Serbia. And this is pretty much, I mean, it looks very promising also for them. The Poles are in a similar position, huge empire, especially with all the vassals. Very stable, except for down here. And here we have a religious dissent, and also a little bit here. But for the Poles, it's not such a big deal because they have tolerance, so they can avoid some of the problems, I guess. I'd say these are probably the nations that feel the best, that where it feels like they are the most stable ones with the best perspectives overall, the most potential. Kind of in the middle seems to be Turkey, although they are pretty big, but they have a few issues with unrest here. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have also a little bit of religious dissent. They have not fulfilled all their starting missions. They still have not freed, or they have not conquered Rhodes. So they're doing okay, I guess. But yeah, I think they're not quite at the same level as the others. They have to repair some of their internal struggles. Also, their advisors are not that great, just a +1 and +1 over here. So, but I think they're still doing okay. And with the French, if you just look at the map, well, it seems like also they're doing okay. They're pretty big. They have quite a few issues though going on here. They also have quite some unrest. There's a rebel town here. They have some religious dissent. So they got to repair things. But at least they managed. I mean, they're pretty large, right? That is the big positive aspect here. They have a huge income and a big manpower. The only country to me which seems a little bit weak, and if you look at it, you have the impression, well, they have not really achieved anything. They basically just lost areas in the first age. This is England. I mean, it's totally clear, right? They had their continental possessions here. They are gone, and they didn't achieve anything except for an alliance here with Scotland, and that's it. They have a bit of technological advantages. Gotta give them that, but yeah, as I said, that's pretty much it. So it feels like they are definitely on the weaker side. But here comes the crazy part. This is the leading nation. I mean, it really is crazy, you know, but this is the leading nation, and I think that definitely comes from the bots. They kind of played that a little bit differently, and they scored all these technologies that give them points. They scored a milestone that gave them points. Yeah, and for some reason, somehow they actually managed to become the leaders of the game. Really weird. That might change now because they have these although I don't think so. I don't think so. They might still stay the leading nation. And the French, who managed to defeat them, they are in a terrible position point-wise. I mean, they have 3 points, and it's a total disaster. It really is bad. I think they have not achieved a single one of their starting goals. I think one is kicking the English out. That is something they will now score at the end of the round. Subjugating the French dukes. They haven't done that yet. And what was the third one? I don't know. Reincorporating Burgundy. Still not there. So, I mean, these are things that are now within reach, right? I'm pretty sure they can do that pretty soon, maybe in the next turn. But yeah, they have not done a single one of their starting goals, and that obviously explains why they are so far behind. They just have a few points from technology and milestones. But even that is just very, very few. Okay, so I want to go now to the rebel phase, and I think after that, I'm not quite sure when exactly I will do it. I think I want to do it before the income phase, though. We're gonna switch the bots, and this is going to be interesting. I'm not quite sure in every detail how I want to do it, but I thought a bit about it, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope it just, I want to randomize it, so there's a possibility that the bots remain the same, but I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, so the first thing that happens during the end of round phase now is indeed an invasion of the non-player realms. The Austrians are still at war with Genoa, and we have Corsica here, which is a province of Genoa, and they will fight back now. They are adjacent by sea. If this ship of the Austrians would be here in this sea zone, then that would be a hostile sea zone for Genoa that they could not cross. But because it's here, there is actually free access to Genoa from Corsica. You can see here there is this border of the sea zones here. So what happens now is, first in the selected area, which is Lombardy, add unrest to 2 cities of vassals belonging to players at war with the NPR. Okay, I mean, that's a little tough. So we're gonna flip Cremona and Milan. Place NPR units there equal to half the tax value of the provinces currently controlled by the non-player realm. Count their vassals as part of the non-player's realm for this purpose. Okay, so I guess we're talking about this and this here. That's really funny, but yeah, that is, I think this is actually, these are the 2 ones. So that means it's only a single unit. What is that? Trier? That looks very similar. But I'm pretty sure this is not part of Genoa. But I'm gonna check it. Let's see. So it's pretty clear here. Genoa has 4 tax income. 2 of them was the city of Genoa itself. So there are 2 remaining now. That means 1 unit will attack. Battle immediately if there are any military units. Okay. I wonder if the bot works a little different here. That could be possible. I didn't check that. NPR invasions. 1 NPR invasions is the maximum. Yeah, okay. Place the bot's army in the target area and resolve the battle. Okay, so because it's an NPR, I think we do the battle in the way as we do it usually with NPRs. We simply roll dice equal to the number of enemy units and take that many hits. So we roll a die and we take a single hit here. And I guess that's it. The painful thing are the 2 areas here. I mean, that really kind of sucks for the Austrian player. Lombardy seemed to be in a really good shape now, but now it's a little bit messed up. So I'm doing peace resolutions here, and the French had a partial victory, they chose to keep the current board state, which allows them to take the provinces of Rennes, Nantes, and Bordeaux. They got rid of a claim here at Bordeaux, which allows them to kind of get rid of the unrest. And that's pretty much it. The two areas have a truce now. And yeah, I think the two countries have a truce. And that now means that the English occupation ended, and that gives the French 5 victory points. They're gonna lose 2, sadly, from the rebel occupied town. So that wasn't that great. So they gain a claim at Seine, which is, let's see. Yeah, so they gain a claim here. Oh, that's cool. Remove 2 unrest, or gain 2 influence in Aquitaine, Brittany and Normandy, or Languedoc. Huh, that's an interesting one. If I would place it in Languedoc, I could immediately or at the start of the next turn, I could then subjugate Provence. But I think getting rid of unrest is more important. So I'm gonna flip these 2 instead. If I had a claim there, I could have removed that also and take the influence here, which would have been great, but yeah, obviously I don't have a claim there. I wonder if the English... That's a little odd that this is not written here. Maybe because the loser is not a human? I gotta check that. I wonder if the English would place a claim here. They probably would. Okay, so that is that. Great. So the Turks, they came to peace with Wallachia. They simply removed the claim, and everybody's happy. And now I want to go to the bot peace resolution. I haven't done that yet because until now it was really easy. We've only seen the total victory, and that was no big deal. This time it's just a partial victory. So we got to start here. We go to at war with an NPR, and then we see here the army is greater than the rebels in the bot's areas. And that is actually the case. There are no rebels. They would have mainly come, I think, from these non-player invasions. The tax value of the enemy's provinces occupied by a bot is greater than the tax value of own provinces occupied by the enemy. Yes. Nobody occupied... Now, that's not true, actually. The bot occupies the enemy's capital. Any bot returning the capital to the enemy gains 2 victory points and 4 bot points. Any bot receiving capital back? Okay. So I assume we have to give back Genoa. It seems like it. That's a bit of a bummer. But yeah, it really seems like that's what we have to do. So it's really hard to actually capture Genoa. I mean, as long as they have this, it seems incredibly tough. You basically cannot take that city. That seems really, really weird. That seems totally strange. Yeah, because I think as long as you do not achieve a total victory, which means you simply take everything, it's impossible to take the capital of a country. So as long as they hold, I don't know. I mean, technically, as long as they hold a small village somewhere, you cannot take the capital. That seems very, very strange to me. But yeah, I guess that's the rules then. Kind of got to ask yourself if it then makes sense to attack Genoa at all, or if that is not a problem for the bot, because in a way he gets stuck, right? He cannot really move on at any time, because he cannot really capture the whole country. This seems very odd. But we'll see. So they got to return the capital. That means they get 2 victory points. That's not bad. There we go. So that means now the bots seem to be clearly in the lead here, both of them. And they get 4 cubes. Okay. So we're back here. Okay, that's not the case. End the war and keep the current what? Oh, so they basically only give back the capital. That's strange. There's a truce now between these. Something which we should keep in mind here, so I'm going to place that here. And I guess that's it. Remove bot's claims from areas where bot now owns all provinces. That is not the case here. Yeah. So I made it through the rebellion phase. For most players it went well. Actually for the Turks it went really well. They managed to kind of repair 2 of their rebellions. The Poles, they had to take 1 rebellion here in western Ukraine. The heretics took the town, and even though they had a reroll, they couldn't avoid that. So that wasn't great. But things are really going south for the French. Here this region Seine is yeah, I mean that's just insane. It's a complete mess. So we already had here, we have the religious dissent here with these diverse religions. Then we have the town occupied by the rebels, and now a new rebellion showed up. You can see there is a rebel here. They attacked the army and basically destroyed the cannons there, because there only were cannons. The cannons were should have actually captured this town, but they didn't manage to do it last turn. So now yeah, we got this mess here. Paris is in revolt, this city over there. So it's absolutely necessary that the army moves in and quells this whole situation there. Okay, that was that. And by the way, the French, they even had to take another loan. They're now sitting on 3. So up to 5 are okay. If you then have to take another one, your state goes bankrupt. And that's really bad. You take a lot of penalties. I'm not sure which one, I haven't checked it, but it's really bad. I think you lose prestige point, your stability might go down, maybe unrest comes into play. It is really a worst case scenario. So you definitely want to avoid that. It will take you a long time to recover from that. Okay, so now we come to the income phase, and at that point I want to switch the bots. So I want to randomly determine which of the of the powers are now during the second age controlled by the bots, and I decided that I definitely want to change it. So these two will no longer be controlled by the bots in the second age. I want one of the other four or two of the other four controlled. So we're going to simply roll from top to bottom and only 4 count. So this is the French will be controlled by the bots, and now we have only 3 left. So the Turks. Okay, so we have the French and the Turks. They will now be controlled by the bot players, and what that means is, and here I'm going to roll which one, the English will get either the advisors from the Turks or from the French. So I'm going to roll here. Okay, so the English will get the advisors from the French, and the Austrians will get the advisors from the Turks, which is kind of funny, I think. And yeah, I mean, they don't have a job anymore, so they go to their natural enemy, obviously. We have the kings here. So Maximilian, who already aged, goes to the Austrians. Henry VII, still in good shape, goes to the English. And of course, the advisors and the rulers of the Turks and the French simply go away. The rulers. And so I'm done converting the bots back to players. I didn't change anything on the board, actually. I was thinking of making some of these areas that they gained vassals, but I won't do it. I want to try if this works out. I mean, of course, Austria, they gained a lot of territory. But you know, if you think about it, the French are having a similar amount of cities. So it's not like they are completely running away or something. The bot power, I simply distributed as evenly as possible in here, in these spaces. The Brits had no bot power left, so yeah, it kind of sucks. As I mentioned, they have their advisors from the other players, they have their rulers. I gave the Brits a stability of +2. The reason is they have no occupied towns, no rebel towns. They have 0 unrest. So they are in a really stable position, it seems to me. So I think it's not a +2, it's a +1. So yeah, they get +2 bucks. So it's a +1. And I gave the Austrians a -1. The reason is they have 4 unrest. I think nobody on the board has the same amount of unrest as they do. Yeah. And yeah, therefore they have a religious dissent down here. It's not terrible, but I think it's also not that great. So I think I gave them a -1. You know, I mean, this is just something, gotta come up with something. I could have also both given a 0, but I think that makes sense to me. Considering the cards, I simply, wait a second, I messed this up somehow. So the Austrians get the cards. I don't know what that is actually. Wait a minute. This card is supposed to be here. The cards from the French simply go to the English. So I do it basically the same way as with the leaders. And the card from the Turks goes to the Austrians. They don't have anything in their treasury. They will get income this round, and yeah, they have to pay their expenses, and that's pretty much it. Now I gave I don't know what that, oh, that's supposed to be in here, I guess. or maybe an exhausted, but that doesn't matter. The Austrians had a huge army of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 units. I gave them 2 cavalry and 1 artillery. I think that just makes sense. They do have cannons, and you know, if I take a look at in which ratio I basically hired the units for the other players, this kind of makes sense to me. I converted the French to the bot side, and that is actually not too hard to do. I simply gave the cubes that were here and placed them in available. The French had 3 depth markers, and I followed the suggestions here, or the rules from the rule book, and for every depth marker I removed 1 cube, so they ended up with 2 cubes in available. The army simply goes here, same here. The ideas are marked here. Of course, they also stay over there. And the French had a general, and the general, I would have placed him with the British because they kind of changed personnel. But the British don't have an army, so that means the general is simply gone. And the fleet, I left the fleet simply there. I don't know what to do with the fleet. I'm just going to leave it here. I think that, yeah, that won't do any harm. I'm simply going to ignore it as long as the Turks are controlled by the bot. The rules also tell you to remove 1 ship from every sea. So to remove all the ships except for 1 from the sea zones that are controlled by the bots. This is something I'm not going to do. I'm going to leave it the way it is. Because, yeah, we might go back, and so I'm going to leave it the way it is. And I think this is pretty much it. So this didn't feel terribly hard to do, actually. I think this will work out just fine. Okay, so I'm basically now ready for the start of the new age. I've exchanged 2 unpicked ideas, these 2 here, and I kind of randomly have new ones now. The Pride and Glory may place 1 claim. 1 claim per diplomacy spent during a fabricate claim action. And you can place a claim adjacent to the sea zone on the main map where you are the player with the most ships. And then we have the benign diplomats. Whenever you place 3 or more cubes at once during an influence action, place 1 extra for free, or you may place up to 3 cubes in each area per influence action, and also do in areas adjacent to any of your ships. Okay, we got a couple of new milestones. Mare Nostrum, own 2 of Gibraltar, Malta, Genova, Pisa, Ragusa, Rhodes, and Cyprus. Global Trade Network, have merchants on 2 distant continents. Religious unity. All main map areas of your realm must follow your state religion at the end of H2 and cleanse heresy. Enforce forced conversion peace terms against any realm. So this is what we got. And let's have a look at the new event cards. So let's see. We got, and I kind of randomized this. So for example, these X events, I basically threw them in randomly where they made kind of sense. There are a couple of random events that, for example, kind of simulate an Ottoman player, or 1, which is an Ottoman invasion. Now that makes no sense if you play with the Ottomans. So I didn't take that. But apart from that, I kind of mixed some of the other X cards, and I shuffled all that stuff together, and then... So I don't really know which cards are in there. I have all the key cards in there, of course. But as I said, for example, this one, I think that should not have been in there in the scenario, but it's an X card, so I don't see why not. The New World beckons. Conquistadors paid 2 military to place a claim and declare war on a distant realm adjacent to one of your cities. Recruit up to 4 units at half cost in an army in that city's area and move the army to attack the realm if able. The distant realm defends with half military capacity in the ensuing battle. Wow. Or rush of colonists. If you have a colonial claim, gain 3 colonists. That's pretty cool. That's really strong. That's a great card, especially for the Spaniards. Nobody else is over there at the moment. The second card is the Shadow Kingdom. Lombardy and Italy, central Italy, leave the Holy Roman Empire. Wow! That's crazy. So you can basically now attack these areas without getting in trouble with the Holy Roman Empire. Enforce authority. The emperor gains 2 victory points and may place vassal markers on all independent Milanese core provinces. You gain 2 military and must add 3 unrest and 3 rebels to Lombardy. Or let them go. The emperor loses 2 victory points and 2 influence. You gain 1 diplomacy. This is an Austrian card. Ferdinand I might come into play. He's a pretty good ruler. A little better than... No, actually down there we are. Okay, yeah, he is better than this guy, especially militarily. And this guy is already kind of ill. So interesting. God, we need more room here. And the last card for now is the Reformation spreads. Lots of interesting stuff happening here. Place Protestant tokens in 2 Catholic areas in the Holy Roman Empire that are not adjacent to C-zones marked with a cross and that contain no provinces owned by the emperor. Switzerland and Saxony must be chosen if eligible. So at the moment that would be the case. Pick English, French, Scottish and Danish areas instead if there are no more eligible HRE areas. All HRE areas with diverse faiths turn Protestant. Wow, okay, I mean, what can I say? This sounds really interesting. Turks have the first player marker, and so... Oh God, what a mess is this? Okay, so they will start, and they are not under attack, so they simply draw a bot card. Whoa! They go right away and grab an event. That's exciting. So let's see what that will be. They would play this. That would really suck for the Spaniards. And it is not unlikely that this actually happens. He might simply steal the event from the Spaniards. That would suck. Okay, so let's see. Oh, wait a second. So he goes with the event. So we simply roll a die. That's a 2. And it says pick the second from left revealed event. Okay, so this is the Shadow Kingdom. Ha! Interesting. It's an opponent's event, yes. Resolve option B on the event. Let them go. The Emperor loses 2 and 2 imperial power. You gain 1 diplomacy. Now that makes a lot of sense for the Turks. I'm going to check if there are special rules for this event. What I find very interesting here in these specific bot rules, it says for this, the Austria bot would actually also select B. That's weird, because it seems that probably Austria will be the Holy Roman Emperor, and then yeah, you will basically, I mean, that's pretty crazy, I think. But okay. So that means the Emperor loses 2 victory points. They go down. And 2 influence. That's bad. This goes down too. And the Turks get an additional cube. Okay, there we are. Now, do I want to take that guy? I probably want to. Does that lead to an election of the emperor if we have a new one? Until now it was the bot, and I think that has no influence. I don't think this will actually change anything. I got influence here, I got influence here, I got influence here. I don't think this will... I want to check that. I haven't done that yet. We do have indeed an election if this guy is replaced, if the emperor is replaced. It will come to an election, but that's a safe bet for the Austrians. We have these electorates here, and they are marked by this eagle. So we got 5 of them. There is Rhineland, Westphalia, there is Brandenburg, Saxony, and Bohemia. So we got 5 electorates. And if you have the most cubes in an electorate, it will vote for this country. So we control Rhineland, Bohemia, and Brandenburg, and that alone would be enough. If there's a tie, like in these, because nobody has any cubes there, then they will also vote for the current emperor, or for the former emperor. So I basically win with 5-0 votes. Okay, if during an election the imperial authority is lower than 3, then it decreases by 1. So it's back to 3, and now we will exchange the emperor, and Ferdinand I is the new emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. Okay, and we see a new event card coming up. The Italian Wars, number 2. Increased tension. Castile gains 2 military and a claim in each of these areas, with French cities or vassals. Well, that is not the case anywhere in Italy. France gets a claim in the above areas with Castilian cities, and you gain 1 military. Okay, so that has no effect. But you could also do east tension. Castile loses Land's victory, 1 victory point, but gains 2 cubes in one of the areas above. You gain 1 military. This is a Spanish event, and it's Carlos the First or the 5th, whatever you like. And well, we have a very good leader here. I definitely do not want Carlos. I'm very happy with Fernando V. Okay. These markers here, and I think they should indicate that this area is no longer now part of the Holy Roman Empire. So Lombardy is gone. This is getting really crowded. Okay. That's interesting. So now the French player And oh, wait a second. We're not quite done. Maybe the Turks do something. In addition, do they have 10 cubes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, they only have 9 cubes. So no, they won't do anything. Let's come to the French. They are attacked. They are under attack by rebels, so they will defend themselves. And I am pretty sure they simply move over here and try to destroy these guys. So as expected, the French simply destroyed the rebels. They didn't take any losses. And now it's the Spaniards. And they are playing for the New World beacons or beacons. So therefore, they want to claim. They have a claim. They want a colony. So let me see how that works. Pay 2 military to place a claim and declare war on a distant realm adjacent to one of your colonies. Recruit up to 4 units for half the cost in an army in that area and move the army to attack the realm if able. The distant realm defends with half MCs in the ensuing battle. Okay. Huh. I mean, that would cost me 2 cubes, but I do have that. So I'm really thinking about doing this. This sounds pretty awesome. Huh. But before I can do this, I have to make sure that I have a colony. And I could build a colony here in New Granada because I have to be adjacent to a realm. So then I could attack here Central America, for example. That would not, yeah, I need to go here basically. Yeah, I might do that. This sounds kind of cool, I think. The way colonization works is that I simply have to pay 4 cubes in a combination of colonists and admin cubes. Now let's see, I got this card here, which is pretty cool. Not sure how I want to do that. I think I only want to spend a single admin cubes, and I'm going to take 3 colonists. And in this way, I can now replace the claim here in New Granada with one of my towns. There you go. Awesome. First colony in the New World, New Granada. And it's the English. So the English, they got basically 2 goals in this turn. They want to try to vassalize Scotland. They want to explore, and maybe they can attack Ireland. This is what's interesting for them. Now, I can get a Naval Traditions card from the deck, which is really cool. I think I want that. So I got to do a reorg to do this, just like that. I'm going to bring a cube from here over here. I'm not too much into administration this turn. And then I simply will, I'm going to have to discard, wait a minute, from here. I'm going to have to discard 2 cards.
Maybe this one, maybe the royal, I don't know. I want the spy network because in this way I might be able to get rid of this stuff here, which is necessary. Yeah, so I want to keep this. So I think I'm going to discard these two. And then I'm going to pay a cube and $2 to grab the naval traditions because they help me a lot when it comes to the exploration. Okay. Austrians, what they want to do is they want to do this thing here, secure electors. And yeah. Okay. So that says have the most cubes in 3 of Rhineland, Westphalia, Saxony, Brandenburg, or Bohemia with 3 cubes in each of these 3 areas. Okay. So let's see, we got 3 cubes in Bohemia. So we have 2 cubes in Brandenburg. So if we spend a cube in Brandenburg and 2 cubes in Rhineland, we're good. So let's do that. Can I afford? I think I want to keep 3 cubes just in case. And I don't know. I mean, I got a lot of cash here. I don't know. Can I? You know, I'm gonna spend 3 cubes. I got a lot of. I don't have that much cash. I mean, but I got a lot of cubes. So I think I'm simply going to spend the cubes. I don't want to do too many diplomatic actions during this turn. So I think I'm okay spending the cubes. So that means 2 go in here to the Rhineland. And 1 goes into Brandenburg. And that scores me this mission here. So that, I mean, that's not great. But it's something that gives me a point, and it allows me to go for later missions. And then I can get a claim in an elector area where you have, where we have a cube. I think I want to go to the Rhineland. I think there will be eventually problems with France and so on. So I think the Rhineland is where I want to have a claim. Now let's place that here. Poles have a ton of stability, but they don't have that much to do, not stability, excuse me, administrative cubes, but they don't have that much to do. So I'm actually thinking about maybe simply grabbing one of these technologies. So that is kind of cool. Church attendance duty. Increased stability costs 1 less. I don't know. I think I might want to go with the Inquisition. So yeah, let's do this. That costs me 5 cubes. But because of Leonardo, I get 4 cubes every turn. I mean, this is insane. So I'm going to spend 5 cubes. And that gives me 2 points. Gives a point to the English because they already have Inquisition. And then I gain 1 cardinal. So that means they are all moved here now. And there we go. And we go back to the Turks. And they will simply draw another bot card. Diplomacy. 3 cubes. And we'll see what they're up to. Okay, so that really sucks, I guess. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. The bots will make an alliance with the Imereti. And these were the guys that I wanted to attack. The Poles. The Poles wanted to attack them. And I could have done it, but I didn't want to go to war too early in case I wanted to... I don't know, it was a stupid idea because I had no diplomacy cubes anyway. I could have gone to war immediately and attacked these guys. Then they could not have done an alliance anymore. Now they have an alliance, and that means I have a serious problem. I was completely focused on these guys because, you know, I have the Black Sea ports, I have the marching on, all that stuff. And now the Turks have an alliance with them. I was totally not prepared for that. But that's cool. I mean, that's, you know, that's... If you play solo, usually these things will not happen. You just follow your plans, and that was totally unexpected. And so I really love the bots because they really changed things, you know. That's just amazing. So let's see. So we got the alliance. Then we go on, and this is it. Oh, and we can add a cube, actually. Yeah, so that's not what I was expecting at all. French bot, they besieged here Champagne. This is now removed. They had to spend 2 cubes for that. And now this army is removed because they're no longer under attack. But wait a second, there is still unrest there. Maybe they stay there because if there is unrest... Yeah, no. Yeah, there is still unrest. So the army will stay there. Okay. But they managed to get rid of the rebels. They managed to siege Champagne. And now it looks a little better here. So very reasonable behavior here. And we come now to the Spaniards. And they will now go for this one. The New World beckons. And they will go with the Conquistadors. So they get $2. Conquistadors. Pay 2 military to place a claim and declare war on a distant realm adjacent to one of your cities. Okay. So we have, let's see what realm that is. Central America, that's the name of the realm. Okay. So we attack Central America. We place a claim there. Over here, we pay the 2 military cubes. Recruit up to 4 units at half cost in an army in that city's area and move the army to attack that realm if able. The distant realm defends with half MC in the ensuing battle. So they only have 2 MC, so they only defend with a single unit. That shouldn't be too hard. I get half the cost. A bit higher 4 units, so I got now a second army. I'm gonna place them here in New Granada, and I'm gonna march to Central America. And I got just my standard infantry for $2, half the value. Wait a minute, that's not true. I have to spend 2 more. It's $4. A unit costs $1 in this situation. Usually they would cost 2. Okay, so let's spend this. And now I'm gonna attack. Okay, okay. So 3 hits, and they have only 1 unit. Okay, so they also roll 3 hit, but of course they can only score 1 hit. Oh, no, these guys actually go over here to exhaust it. And that's it. So I guess this works exactly like in a standard battle. I assume I simply take an occupied token. Wait a minute, over there we are. This is actually a large town. Yeah, that's a large realm, so that means this goes to unrest. Do I keep the claim there? I think I do, but I can remove it to remove the unrest at the end of the turn. Okay. A ton of stuff over there. And now I can place a pirate. Let's see. I don't want them necessarily in the central Mediterranean. I could place it in the Black Sea, maybe the North Sea. I think I'm going to place a pirate here in the North Sea. Or the Black Sea. I don't know. I could also... There's a lot going on in the Black Sea. Maybe I should do this. I'm not sure. I mean, I already have one here, but the English are pretty strong. The Turks and the Poles are not that good. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna roll a die. On a 1 to 3, it goes to the North Sea. Okay. Oh, wait wait a minute. There's a rule actually. If you can place a pirate in I think if you can place a pirate with a merchant, you have to do that. You cannot place a pirate in an empty trade node, except if there is no free space. So if I don't want to place a pirate directly with me, I have to place it here, which kind of sucks. I really don't want to do that. But yeah, there's no other way, basically. This is the only free spot except for Sevilla, and obviously I don't want to place it there. So that wasn't great. Okay, so for the first time we might see some espionage now. The English, they build up a spy network. That cost them, oh man, 1 diplomacy. You know, fuck. I'm actually thinking about trading. Maybe I should trade first. Is there a way to get rid of the pirates? God damn. I don't have any money left, and I don't really want to take a loan. So I guess I'm gonna trade. Maybe I can attack the pirates in the English Channel. I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm not gonna attack the pirate. I have to do it with ships. I have to kind of bring the ships together, bring them into a single sea zone. I could attack with a single ship the pirate, but I'm probably going to lose my ship too. So what I could do is I could I could kind of build a small fleet or whatever. But I don't want to do that. You know, I need a better fleet to attack the pirates. So I guess I simply have to live with the fact that we have them there. And I'm going to spend a diplomacy cube for a trade action. And we see what we get out of it. We can always take the 2 ducats to avoid taking a loan. And that's already something. So here we got cloth. That doesn't really help. We got iron. That sucks. And we got another iron. Well, I mean, we could trade in Bordeaux with this iron. But I don't think we get anything out of it. I mean, okay, I got 2 ships and a merchant. That brings me to 3 points. And I think I can actually move another ship. So I could go to 4 points. The problem is, let's see how much the French have. Bordeaux, they have that. Bourbon, I probably have that too. Or is that? Oh God, is that here? No. Oh man, this is tough for me. You know, I here, it's here. So they got 2 Navarra. There, nobody has that, and Nantes. I don't know where that is. Is that here? It's probably in also in France. Is it this one? No, I don't know where that is. But it's here. Okay. Now these guys are here. Oh man! So they also have a ship. So they probably. Let's see. So they got 3 plus the ship plus the guy. So that means they got 5. And I think I only have 4. 1, 2, 3. And I can bring a second ship in. So that means I only have 4. So that sucks, because that means because of the pirate, I'd be already only in the second node, because the French have more. And then, because of the pirate, I get completely pushed down. So that would not help me. So, it's not quite clear, actually, for me. The rules say eligible bot realms get 2 cubes. And the rules don't say anything about the trade power or whatever. So I'm really not sure if this is actually counted or not. I find that a bit... Humans trading. When a human player takes a trade action, eligible bot realms may collect passive income as follows. I really don't know. I'm not sure how that works, but it seems that as long as the bot is eligible, he simply gets something. And I played it like this, I think once here in Champagne. As soon as he simply gets that. So I'm going to ignore the bot power. And therefore, I'm in the second row. And then I'm pushed down 1 row, and that means I get $5. I'm going to play it like that. And that gives the French bot 2 cubes. I get $5. And I'm not sure if this is right. But, you know, I think it could be. It doesn't seem totally crazy, because it seems like the bot is basically immune to the pirate and to the bot power, because the bot is affected by the pirate in a different way, I think. He will attack the pirate if he's activated instead of trading. But okay, I don't really know that. I'm going to play it that way now. So what the Austrians want to do is they want to go to war. And I want to attack Brescia. I have a claim. So I want to attack Brescia, which brings me into a war with Venice. The reason I want that is, I think I got a goal. Is it this one? Oh, wait a second. That's another one. King Albert's Legacy. I can actually do that right away. Own or vassalize 5 plus among Silesia, Zagreb, Rijeka, or any provinces of Bohemia, or Royal Hungary. I got that. I'm pretty sure I got that. No, maybe not. Maybe not. I got Royal Hungary. I got 3. Silesia, Zagreb. I might not have it. No, I don't have it. Darn. Rijeka. No, I don't. I thought I had it, but I don't. Okay, can't help it. Don't have a subjugate. Okay, anyway, the Italian wars are coming up, so I wanna do something here. I'm gonna attack Venice. And now here's a strange thing. And that is, you cannot really take these cities out. For example, Venice or Genoa. It's very hard to take them out. Venice has here in Crete a colony. Genoa has a colony in Kaffa. So if you don't wipe them out completely, you cannot take their capitals. They will always get back their capitals. You can vassalize them, I think, but you cannot annex them immediately by a total victory. But I think you can vassalize them, and that's the goal that the Austrians have here. So I have a good army. I have a claim, so I'm going to pay a military cube, and that allows me to declare war against Venice, and we're going to go into a battle immediately. The Venetians have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. So let's grab them. 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I have anything of interest here? I got some mercenaries. Do I have a general? I could do that. Do I want a general? Maybe. I don't think so. I think I can win this battle anyway. I don't think I need a general. So, let's see. But they might have... that's true. You know, well, if you see it that way, maybe it is actually a good idea. It's not that easy as I thought. It's not as easy as I thought. Yeah, no, I can do it. I have 4 cubes. I was looking here with 3. I'm gonna play this, and I'm gonna bring a general into play. He's not that great. He gives me only 2 of these blue cannon dice. But you know, I mean, it's better than no general at all, I think. Let's attack the Venetian army. And if we move in here, we're going to have to fight a second battle. But let's see first if they have a general. And they don't, which is good. So yeah, let's see. Okay, so this isn't bad. These are 4 hits. I only have a single cannon, so therefore I only do 4 hits. And they do nothing. They don't do a hit at all. So that's pretty crazy, and that means that there's only one of them left. Now they might retreat. I'm not sure, but this is possible. I think they might retreat into here now. So they will actually retreat. They go from here to Venetia, and that means the units are simply removed. So that was pretty awesome. That gives me a cube. And this is it. I can siege Brescia next turn, and then move to and then I can move into this area, fight another battle, and maybe I can get Venezia itself. And I think, I'm not sure though, I think then I can enforce vassalization. So the Poles are the last in this round. Yeah, what is their goal, you know? I mean, they're not going to go for this anymore. They have an army sitting here. I'm a little bit out of ideas. Does it make sense to attack these provinces here, for example? I mean, they don't have an alliance with the Turks, but they are Muslim, and I don't know if I want to mess around with the Turks down there. I could attack Trebizond, for example. And Circassia. I could attack, you know, first this one and then this one, and kind of pick out the single provinces. Why not? I could do that. Okay, things are actually more difficult than I thought. I don't have any cubes left, so that means I don't have a claim. I don't know what I thought about that. Well, I can rearrange things a little bit, and in this way, kind of, yeah, maybe I can get a claim somehow. Wow, that was pretty stupid. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna reorganize my cubes a little and bring, I think I should be, oh man, I don't know. Am I okay with 3 cubes? I think I am. Can at least take one of these out. And then maybe it's okay. Maybe I can do 3 cubes. These are very small. These are just these one town provinces, so that shouldn't be too hard. I have an army already there, so you know, but yeah, okay, I'm gonna try to do this. So yeah, I did this. Do I want to discard cards? Maybe. Do I need the spy network? I don't think so. I'm gonna keep the study technology. I'm gonna discard 2 cards, and I might consider buying another one. I mean, let's see what we got. Oh, that one should be here. A development card. That doesn't do me much right now, but I think eventually it will be pretty useful. Okay, yeah, so that's that. That wasn't too hot, but yeah, I don't know. gotta keep on trying here. It's a slow process sometimes. Okay, so we're at the end of this turn, and I think before we go back to the Turks, I will actually load this up. Yeah, so as always, I can only say I enjoyed it, and Hope to see you on the next video. Bye.